Hi, my name is Bailey Hillman with Activity Director Resource. This video is going to show you how to utilize our weekly compass. This tool was designed for individuals who work in independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care, adult day programs, or those who are caring for their loved ones at home. In this tool, you're going to be able to meet your loved ones or your residents' 5 areas of wellness: physical, emotional, spiritual, social, as well as intellectual. The book is going to be launched weekly. So there's going to be a new book with new ideas, new activities, and new engagement. As we go through the book, I'm going to talk about 3 different ways that you can utilize it, either independently. So if you want to pass it out and copy it and give it to your residents that can complete the activities on their own, that is one way to use it. You can also use it as a one-on-one activity. So if you're going in and having to do a one-on-one interaction with someone, you can use it to start an engaged conversation or activity. You can also use it in small group or large group settings. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to either upgrade the workbook, or you can also downgrade the workbook. So let's get started. The first group of activities we're going to see is more for the intellectual wellness. And so if here you're going to see the trivia, facts, and figures. Each week there's going to be new themes and new topics that are going to be covered. So this specific book goes over spring, and there's trivia, facts, and figures about spring. With this, again, you can print it out and hand it out to those who maybe are independent and can read and initiate the activity. You could also utilize this as a one-on-one where you sit down and have a conversation where it sparks memories and conversation. You could also use this in a group setting. So asking questions and up and down the hallways. So a lot of ways that you can utilize that one sheet. The next one is anagrams. These are a lot of fun. So one word all scrambled up trying to guess what it is. The first one I think is rainbow. So a lot of fun, right? You can pass this out independently and let them do it. In a group setting, you might use a large whiteboard, write up the letters that make up the word, and then walk up and down the hallways. If you're here in COVID-19 and you're trying to do hallway activities with your residents, that would be a great way to have a fun, interactive activity that everyone can participate in. With word searches, these are great resources to have and to print out and pass out to your residents. There's crossword as well as word searches. With coloring pages, right? I'm a colorist at heart. I absolutely love coloring. I find it very relaxing. So passing out colored pencils to your residents and allowing them to color these beautiful adult-like coloring sheets. This I wanted to include because I'm always talking about how to upgrade and downgrade activities. So if I was doing this with an individual who had dementia, the word searches, crossword puzzles, those are great for individuals who are more mild stage dementia or those who do not have any cognitive impairments. But if I'm looking and doing this activity with someone who might be severe stages, I could utilize these brightly colored photos. If you print them out in color, laminate them, or put them on cardstock, you can cut them out and allow people to touch and hold and see pictures of spring to help spark memories and ideas. Another thing you could do is take the wax melts or any smells that you can get and put them in a baggie with the picture and have them smell what it smells like for spring. So with the grass, you could have maybe a woodsy smell or a grass smell that you can get. With the flowers, it could be more of a floral smell. Have them smell and see the senses of spring, which then would help spark a lot of great memories. So you could ask questions like, did you like mowing the grass? Or did you ever work in the garden? What was the smell of grass? How cool did it feel after a nice rain? So a lot of questions that could come up where you could reminisce about their past and bringing up positive memories. So here you have a lot of pictures that are the spring theme. This is one of my favorites here with the kids splashing in the water. So if you're a caregiver at home with your loved one, you could ask the question or help spark the memory of, do you remember when our child did this? Do you remember when she was jumping and splashing in the rain? She used to love making mud pies outside, right? So a lot of great memories can come up just by showing individuals brightly colored photos. Here's some reminiscing questions that you could ask. So if you're doing a one-on-one interaction, asking questions and taking notes, you could even keep a journal inside their room. And then after you ask all of the questions, the families could actually take them and learn more about their loved one and learn things they might not have known. Another intellectual activity, and even could turn into a social activity, is a craft. All right, so this is a simple craft activity that anyone can do. This is coffee filter flowers. And so you just have coffee filters and markers and spray bottles with water. So very simple activity. It gives you the directions here, and then it gives you an end product on what it could look like. So a great activity that you could do independently. So if you get them coffee filters and their markers, you could have them design and color. You could spray it and help them put it together, and done. So a great, easy, fun spring activity. Don't worry about all the puzzles. You don't have to solve them yourself. There are the answers that are here. You can print out and give as well. In this workbook, there are two themes. One is spring and one is weather. So more trivia, facts, and figures about weather, an anagram with weather, word search, crossword puzzle, and then the wonderful coloring pictures that are very adult themed coloring sheets. Here's your reminiscing pictures, so you can print them out and laminate. If you laminate, you're able to clean them well with sanitizing wipes. I have to tell you that in Texas, especially West Texas, we have some amazing lightning storms. And so this brings back a lot of memories. I don't think I've seen one quite this pretty and full of light, but we had some pretty amazing ones in West Texas. We've also had tornadoes, but I would much rather talk about the lightning storms than the tornadoes for sure. So beautiful pictures of all different types of weather to help you reminisce with your residents. Here's more reminiscing questions that you could ask on the topic, and then a craft to go with it. And this craft actually has an explanation of rain and how the precipitation works. And there is all of your answers. So that was all intellectual activities. And here's a few others. So Sudoku. So there's some Sudoku. Another way to, they have proven with research to help to reduce the risk of dementia or reduce the progression of dementia is learning new things. And the reason that that helps slow the progression down is because it creates new pathways, and you're able to remember things longer. And so learning new items, even if you don't have dementia, it's a great way. I get that question all the time. How am I going to prevent myself from getting Alzheimer's? How am I going to not have dementia? And everybody's doing crossword puzzles over and over and over and over again. But really the thing is to learn new things, create new pathways in your brain. And so this is a fun way for someone to do it. In this pack, we have given resources on 4 different terms: rain, sun, fog, and wind, and how to say it in 3 different languages: Spanish, French, as well as German. So what a great activity, either a one-on-one or even a small group or a hallway activity. If you have a resident who speaks Spanish, they could help teach it. So it could be a guided activity as well. So multiple ways that you could mix this up and change it up to be very meaningful for your residents. The next area of wellness that we'll talk about is social. In this packet, the social activity is to write a poem and then include it in a letter to a loved one or a friend, as well as making a homemade card. So make your homemade card, write your poem in it, and send it to a friend or a loved one. Is a great way to be social. So we have social and intellectual activities. The next one we're going to look at is emotional. Emotional is one of those activities and areas of wellness that we sometimes forget about, but it is very important. It's important to not just think as an activity director or activity professional or even engagement. It does not always have to be fun. Okay, you don't have to always keep the resident happy. I know right now in the circumstances that we're in with COVID-19, it's difficult, right? We're frustrated, we're upset, we might feel lonely, we might feel depressed. It's okay to reflect on those feelings, to work through them, to journal about them. And so here we have a space for them to journal. There's a question on here that says, write about something that you did yesterday. And they could do that, or you could also have them, I want you to express your emotions. Okay, I want you to tell us how you're feeling. I want you to write a letter to someone to get it off your chest. So journaling is always a great way for individuals to express their emotions. And if they can't write, you could do this as a one-on-one and you could do the writing. And so help them to just express what they are feeling. The next emotional activity in this pack is gratitude. It's really hard sometimes for us to remember the positive things. I know myself, I've got an app on my phone that triggers me in the evenings as I'm laying in bed. I have it set for a certain time and I'm usually on my phone before I go to sleep. And it says, it triggers me to think about something that I was thankful for, journal about something that I was thankful for in the day. And so this activity will help spark your residents to come up with 3 things that they were grateful for that happened today. So that was emotional activity for this packet. The next area of wellness that we'll meet is spiritual. So everybody looks at spiritual activities differently. This packet is going to look at more of a non-denominational type Christian daily devotion as well as the Bible study. In the packets you're going to get, there's going to be other types of spiritual activities, whether it's meditation. It's not always going to be religious based. This one just happens to be religious based. And so it gives you daily devotions. It gives the resident or you verses to read. It also goes through a Bible study of the book of Philippians. And this is chapter 1. So it actually writes out the Bible verses for you, and then it comes with questions. What's great about this is during COVID-19, I don't know about you, but our pastor that comes into our building and does our Sunday services as well as our Friday worship is not able to come in any longer because volunteers and families are not allowed in our building. And so this is a way that my team can use this resource, have a Bible study, have a church service right there ready for them. And they can just add some worship songs in there and you've got church, okay, or you've got Bible study. So a great way for you to use this resource during the week to meet your residents' spiritual well-being. Another activity that's thrown is let's cook. I absolutely love cooking. Activity Director Resource is known for our waffle makers. I actually cook in a waffle maker whenever I'm doing my presentations. It is a great, fun activity for everyone. It can be done in multiple locations. It does not have to just be done in the activity room. You can take it down the hallway as long as you're safe and not let anybody touch it. It's a great activity to smell up your building and make it feel more like home. And so this is a waffle omelet recipe. We also have crunch bars that are, you don't have to, it's super easy to mix together. And then here is a no-bake granola bar. So this one you do not have to bake. It gives you your ingredients as well as the directions. So the last area of wellness that we'll discuss is going to be physical activity. In this packet, your residents and your loved one will get a guide just like this with easy movements that they can do. So the first one's bringing hands together at the chest, taking in 3 deep breaths. So this is chair yoga. There's pictures to help guide them on what to do. If you have residents who are not safe on their own to do activities, you would just print out the ones where they're seated. Okay, ensuring that they lock their brakes. A lot of great movements. If your resident is more independent and is able to get up and stand on their own and is safe, they can do the standing activities. Or maybe if you're a caregiver at home, you could do this activity with your loved ones. So you could do a standby assist. Or even if you're a restorative aide and you're working with an individual, you can give them a visual cue. They can read how to do it, and then you could also give them physical cues and stand there with them to ensure that they're able to do these poses. So those are the 5 areas of wellness that this workbook will meet: emotional, spiritual, social, intellectual, as well as physical. So I hope you're able to upgrade and downgrade these activities. Throughout the course of the next month, there's going to be more videos going up on our website, activitydirectorresource.com, that's going to give you ways on how to downgrade activities. My passion is to ensure that we're not just handing out packets to those who are independent, but we're also thinking and helping those who are more dependent on us, those that are in the severe stages, or those who are on hospice, ensuring that we're still doing meaningful engagement and meeting all of their areas of wellness. I am so glad that you took time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoy the resource and that you're able to utilize it for your residents in your setting. Print out the packet, the whole packet. There's no going and searching for all of the individual pieces. It's all in one, ready to go, ready to make your life hopefully a lot easier. So I hope this helps, and looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.